r/AskReddit. What as a guy do you wish girls knew? I know fuck all about my mates. I don't know what they'll do in the future. I don't know that much about their romantic life. They don't know anything about me. Sometimes guys spend time around each other and don't get too mixed up into past or the future. This concept blows my sister's mind. And I don't want to know. It's so intrusive to me, and honestly, why would I care who has how many kids now or how their last date with what's-her-face was? It's weirdly much more meaningful to me to know if they like or hate Monopoly than where they last vacationed. That sometimes a hug or nice compliment can mean a lot. We can ride that wave for quite a while. I wrote this in another sub, but it's relevant to this comment. When I was in middle school, a girl I had a crush on told me I had beautiful eyes. That was 22 years ago, and I still ride that high. I used to be with a girl who literally never complimented me. I brought it up to her that guys like being complimented too. She took it like a chore and gave me the same compliment every night. At that point it's just because I asked, not because you want to. Playing hard to get does not work for a lot of people. It's 2021, I ain't gonna chase no one. She says no, I'm backing all the way up. Just makes you hard to want. The interest won't be lost the moment he wins this stupid game. And most of the time is a big turn-off. We will remember a genuine compliment. When I was 14 and bagging groceries after school, a girl told me I had beautiful eyes. It's been 25 years. I think about it all the goddamn time. Female here. I keep seeing this and it makes me more aware of opportunities to give real compliments, not to romantic interests only. This X1000. A random woman walked by me on the street like 6 years ago and said hi handsome to me. It made my week, and it was the only compliment like that I've gotten like that from a random stranger, so I still remember it to this day. In retrospect, I should have probably talked to her instead of just saying hi and continuing to walk, but my mind was totally unprepared for it and I had no idea what to do in the moment, in that situation. If you genuinely compliment a guy, don't be upset if they don't react the same way a woman would react to a random compliment. Most dudes get them so infrequently that when it does happen, there is a part of them that wonders if it was genuine, or if they are just giving them a polite and/or petty compliment. This often leads to an awkward, unenthusiastic response to said compliment. It never occurs to most guys to just say thanks. A friend of mine constantly told me to stop saying you too after compliments, or stop trying to reciprocate it and just say thank you and accept that someone has said something nice about you, and it's something that I've tried to do more. Just take the compliment and understand it's okay to be happy when someone is nice to you. Thanks for this because I called my guy friend good looking and he said, "Why? What do you want?" When I say I don't mind, I really mean it. If I did mind, I would say so. Anytime my boyfriend would say I don't mind, and I'd keep asking are you sure? And after a while he legit said this exact thing to me. It honestly made my paranoid ass feel a million times better to be assured like that. Growing up with a passive-aggressive mother and sisters, this is still something I have a hard time grasping, lol. Just like no means no. When I say I don't care, I really mean I don't fucking care. I really like to hang out with my friends because I love them. Not because I don't want to spend time with you. I have the opposite problem. I want my BF to hang out more with his friends without me being there. We just moved to a new city, so we don't really have many friends. I have a group of friends I knew from school, and he's been getting along with them. I really want him to hang out with them on his own or make his own friends. Why couldn't Stevie Wonder see his friends? Because he was married. Men love being the target of a romantic gesture. Many men never have been. I got asked out on a date once, 6 years ago. I still recount it for the occasional serotonin boost. I was working one day and my girlfriend shows up and wants to go to lunch. Not uncommon, it's a good time to be together as I was going on break and she had the day off. She came across a florist on the way and bought me flowers. She said she liked them and liked me more, so they should go together. Not many women would think to get flowers for a guy, but her sentiment and totally being out of the blue, I'll always remember. We broke up and I haven't seen her in 10 years, but I sometimes think about that. When you tug my wang, you're not starting a lawnmower. And you're not shaking a bottle of ketchup trying to stir the ketchup water back in. Also, when you start the lawnmower, you are not tugging my wang. Give that fucker a serious jerk. The lawnmower, I mean. You're also not gripping it like it's a stress ball either. There have been 1 or 2 times where my partner gave my poor wang the death grip, and by God did it hurt like hell. Making a move on a guy will nearly always be appreciated, as well as communicating issues clearly with no bullshit. A good hug is always welcomed. As a girl, God, I wish I had the balls to hug the people I wanted to. One day, hopefully. An erection is an involuntary muscle reaction, with or without stimuli. Only a selected few have mastered the ability to manually command their boners to stop being erect. I knew a guy called Brian Lefef or something. He could go hard to soft and back again on command. Dude was a legend. Had a pretty intense vibe, like he was hiding something. I'm pretty sure it's actually just increased blood pressure in the penis that makes it happen, not a muscle reaction. About the shrinkage. Sometimes it hides like a frightened turtle. I was in the pool. Also, we feel bad when we can't get up. It's 100% not about the girl. I don't know how we guys walk around with those things. Where my 10mm socket is. If you're throwing signals at a guy, and he's not catching them, it might not be because he's so dense he doesn't notice them. It might be that he does see them, but his self-esteem is so low his internal dialogue talks him out of believing you are interested in him in a romantic or sexual context. Throwing more obvious signals doesn't overcome that. If knowing his self-esteem is that low isn't enough for you to lose interest, be direct. That doesn't mean ask him if he wants to have coffee or get a drink with you, as either of those leave wiggle room for misinterpretation. Ask him out on a date, specifically say date, so there is no mistaking your intention. The worst thing likely to happen is that he'll say no. Which does sting, but not like spending a month throwing hints he never responds to. I met a very dashing and attractive man at a fancy party one night. Among lots of our chatting, I think I may have started by saying you're a very attractive man. Or something. I made it pretty clear I was interested in going out sometime. Sadly, it turned out he was married, sad trombone, which he told me right out in a very charming fashion, saying he would certainly have taken me up on it were this not the case. Was all very friendly and casual, and we continued to dance and have fun for the rest of the night. Now we are friends and I go to his comedy shows. The worst thing that can happen is rejection. Girl, I'm dropping so many hints. Why doesn't he get them? Boy, I think girl is dropping hints, but I'm not sure I want to risk my friendship and embarrassment, so I'll just ignore them. I think those are hints. Wait, no, don't be a creep. She's sitting on my lap, yes. Wait, no, I just read a comment about a girl who sits on everyone's lap. Do anything. Don't be a stalker. Shit, she left. Yeah. Pretty much. I don't think I've ever asked out a girl because she dropped hints. I always assume they are just being nice or something. I don't know unless you tell it straight. It's okay to make the first move. Guys can be shy too. Come talk to me instead of staring at me. But when they do come talk to me, I'd if they're just being nice or making small talk lol. Girls regularly stare at you? Does that mean the guys that I am staring at actually notice it? Oh no. That every expression that crosses our face does not relate to you. Some of us have a lot going on between the ears and we are trying to make sense of it. Yeah. My mind can go on wild tangents in a second. Wife is talking to me. She says something that triggers a thought that triggers a memory that triggers another memory that then makes me think of that time in college when my friend did that thing, and now I'm grinning while she's talking about how we need to get the roof fixed. Why are you grinning? No I'm not. Sometimes men just don't get hard. It's not you. It's many things, from lifestyle and diet to stress and anxiety. And just getting older. Please try not to take it as a sign of lack of attraction or affection. Sometimes it just happens. It's called arousal non-concordance. The reverse is also true. Just because a man has an erection, doesn't mean he's turned on. Edit. Here is a good video that does a good job explaining it more for anyone interested. Get away from me at night in the summertime. I still love you. I'm just hot as fuck and don't want to snuggle. My GF was sleeping on me last weekend and my mind was screaming, get off me woman, how are you under a blanket in this heat? Anyway, I know not to wake a sleeping demon, so I let her be. My wife and I have separate blankets for this very reason. I hate being hot and she likes being hot. So I sleep with a light sheet and she sleeps with 3 layers of blankets. I'm a woman and this is 100% me. We like random gifts, we like random hugs, we like random signs of affection and love. Sometimes just a cup of coffee in my favorite mug is enough to convince me it's going to be a good day. Absolutely. My wife used to do little things like place her hand on the small of my back or touch my shoulder as she walked past. These tiny acts of affection really do go a long way, and they're the main thing I miss. I love flowers. I even buy them for myself on occasion. I've told this to everyone I've dated. I have never received any lol.